Come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12.
Pace, 27, jump.
Wants to go up top. And he was drilled just as he released the pass and taken the lead.
Well, the defense watches film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game. And so far, they've taken him away.
By making something happen on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his target down the middle. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
And I love the discipline on defense right there. Big third down. So everyone keeping their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the ball, making a tackle. Great team defense.
And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. Absolutely center cut. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive. And now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, maybe.
They bailed him out. They held to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
They're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
And the Ducks with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Smith dropping the pass. Right down the middle. It's complete. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. The Ducks keeping this defense off balance. They can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top.
There's so many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast as well in the past at Oregon, but, you know, the quarterback run and the run up the middle and then play action pass, they keep you guessing a lot, and they make a lot of plays down the field because your eyes are focused on something they shouldn't be focused on.
They'll give it to the back. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Sends it back in motion. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Blossom. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Ducks in the hurry up.
When the defense makes the tackle, they give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a first down. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. To the ground. He's got it again. Strong run. Picks up 6 down to the 22-yard line.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Smith wants to throw. Grab near the marker. It's McLeod. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
The screen, he's got wheels. Touchdown, Oregon. All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
Find my matchups out wide. I love a matchup with my wide receiver. I like my guy better than yours. Quarterback finds the matchup. The wide receiver catches the football, takes it into the end zone for 6.
And they tacked on the extra point. Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25.
especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Leaves it with the back. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Hansen. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll slide it at the 47.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
They'll run it from the gun. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Finds his man. It's moving. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the mark.
Now, a 4th down.
They're going to pass on the field goal. They're still looking for 6 in this situation. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time. They had a much better field position this time around. Smith dropping to pass. Finds a tight end. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 30, and it's a 1st down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run. So they can do this. They can catch the football, get on the field, and chew up some extra yards.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, they're not as big, they're not as physical runners as running backs. So it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going. But moving forward, let's see if we can get them out to the play.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's and a good job in covers there. They stop it after just a few.
And he runs a good out. This is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him throwing the football. You can tell they're throwing this a time or two. Nice job. Nice success.
Big noise in the big house with this huge third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's McLeod. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Ducks! When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes. Rodgers threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Georgia is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join Matthew Stafford and Stetson Bennett among the greats to play in Athens. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Florida. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. So here comes the Michigan offense. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
And those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
In the backfield, it's Preston. Snowed under by the defense.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit to the location of the throw because he put it out in front of his big man. He was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And the Wolverines come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Off the uphill, far right, trying to convert. Inside the 30. Knocked out. Sequence with the big play. They're knocking up the 33.
We always talk about Yak, but that was 3rd and very manageable. They were just throwing the ball to the sticks, just trying to pick up a simple first. But when you've got playmakers like that can do things after the catch, any play could be an explosive one, and you saw it right there. Tremendous job getting it to him early, and he does the rest.
On the run, it's Overton. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long.
Here we go.
Back to pass. Fires toward the end zone. Oh, dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
You don't get a lot of chances like that in games, guys. Take shots downfield, and when you get open, you got to finish the play. The wideout's going to wish he had that one back.
It'll be 3rd and long.
Here we go.
From the gun, wants to pass. That'll be enough for a first down. They've got it at the 16-yard line.
How nice is it for the
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Unloads to the wideout. Touchdown, Michigan! They get it into the end zone and bring up that opportunity.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown, they close it there. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement. And be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Off the play fake on 1st down. To throw.
Early in the first half already, this guy's got 2 TD passes, so you can see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Smith wants to throw. Here comes the heat. Working the middle is complete. Stumbled to the ground.
This quarterback right now is in a groove. He's doing a nice job in he's reading the coverage and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Here he goes breaking the pocket. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game. After watching that completion there on 3rd down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up and was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden, this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the 1st half. 1st half in the books. Time down. Join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. He'll put toe together and get this 2nd half started. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room and not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They start this 3rd quarter 1-possession game and hoping to get an early drive.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Man, I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Out of the gun to give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But This offense just can't find a way to get it going, and I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They're really trying to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
The Wolverines are flying down the field. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
And the Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. The short hand is over. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Guys have the backfield now. It's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
They've got a 3rd down and manageable from right around midfield. From the gun, wants to pass. The quick out. They'll make the stop about a yard short on the 1st down. Man, you have to do everything in your power not to let your momentum carry you out of bounds short of the 1st down marker.
And I would argue, too, maybe you run your route a little bit deeper. You got to understand where the 1st down marker is and where I got to get to. But, yeah, I'm not running out of bounds. I'm lowering my shoulder and trying to get as much yardage as I can to make this 4th down manageable.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Now, what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles. And those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually beat the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the Big House. Smith dropping the pass. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
I think this team knew going into halftime trailing their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the third quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
And the Ducks decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive.
He's got two.
Wide receiver going in motion. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Michigan. Other schools from around the country. Slippery Rock, 35. Gannon University, 17.
The give to the tailback. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Off the boot, looking for his man. On the move, he fires. He's got him right. Just mashing this defensive goal. Get him to the 40-yard line.
Our defense is going to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. Wants to go up top on 1st down. A little screen to the running back. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
So now it's 2nd and long.
Trumpet. Six remain.
Power football with the run. Down that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32.
Third down coming up.
That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play. You might as well start here in the 4th quarter. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Wants to throw on 3rd down. A shot toward the end zone. And that ball is in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Well, the best thing that's happened so far in this game for this offense has been looking this guy's way and giving him a shot. He has their only touchdown in this game, so they're trying to take another shot down the field. Good job in coverage defensively. You've got to be aware of where this guy is because right now he's been their biggest playmaker.
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down.
Base 27 jump. Base 27 jump.
He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
We're at a juncture of the game now here in the fourth quarter. One possession game. Every critical down and distance is going to matter. And on that fourth down, the defense gets the win. Great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion and turnover on downs.
Makes the catch. It's Austin.
Listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
The Ducks can really attack on this second and short. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And this one will be stopped. No gain.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that.
Just know where to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for ball carry.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Smith lost the throw. And the third down pass is incomplete.
And sometimes you overthink it. Sometimes running the football and throwing short with the lead is not the worst in the world. You got clock ticking, but now decided to go for it, settle for fourth down. This looks like a situation where you should punt the football.
The Ducks send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Oh, they faked it, snapped it to the up man. And the gamble pays off as they pick up the first down.
And so many times when you're studying the other team and their defense and what they're going to do, you know there's certain looks you're going to get into. And I think they saw one they liked, snapped it to the up back. He catches the football, gets north and south, gets the first down. Nice execution on the fake punt, baby.
And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Goes to the option. There he goes. And he picked up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
Working downfield on first down. Out of the backfield, he's open. Defense scoops him, and he's headed the other way. Cards it on down the left side. 20. The defense puts on the board. What a shift in momentum. What a big time play. He just took matters into his own hands.
What a mistake by the QB throwing the football as receiver. Obviously, they were on the same page at all. The defender steps in front, makes the big play, and then every kid's trying. You play defense, you create the turnover, and then you take it all the way to the end zone.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 flash today. Georgia is just getting the backside of those silver britches kicked today. This is the kind of game diehards of other SEC programs have been waiting for. They're trailing by 32 to Florida. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Got the back over the middle. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. The Ducks moving quickly to the line.
You gotta like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
Good enough for a first down.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Smith dropping to pass. Got a man. It's McLeod. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
By the receiver. He's brought down at the 45-yard.
This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Looking to throw on 1st down. He tries to take the top off. He's got it on the sideline. They get him stopped, but the big gain has him on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
For the offense.
Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage. Now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 13. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. The screen, and watch out. Touchdown, Oregon. And they've moved out front here on the 4.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the 4th quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
And the extra point was good.
21, Michigan, 17.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Guys, here come those maize and blue wing helmets on offense. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Pulls it in. It's overtime.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on. That time made a real good decision. I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. He looked like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
The Wolverines come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Sticks it in his back. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big 3rd down stop by this defense.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down.
Ready, ready.
They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And that's a play the quarterback would love to have back. Late in the game, trailing by only one possession on 4th down. It looked like there was a window to put that football in, to get the catch, keep the drive going. The quarterback has an inaccurate pass. It falls incomplete, and that is probably going to do it.
They're running to keep the clock moving. One super tackle.
You got to think in his mind right now, ball security is at a premium. Now, he's had a problem with that earlier in this game, but with the lead now late in the game, yards aren't as important as taking care of the football. I think he's doing a better job of that now late.
Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on 2nd down and maybe put this thing away. The play-action fake. Bring in the heat. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the 1st down.
Love the play call offensively because you've got the lead. The defense expects you to run the ball. You just did it the previous play, so there you dial up play action, set up an easy throw, and you keep the clock ticking.
And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive, great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.